We have a crew actually behind the scenes making this happen. We're here at my house in my crystal room, which is it's awesome to have Robin here.
I'm loving it.
So we're relaxing into the vibe. We just got high-speed internet at our new building today, so we weren't quite set up there to do it. So we thought, you know what, let's just do it home style from home, and then next time we gather, which will be there's no sound. Is there sound? Okay, there is sound. The next time we gather will be after next Friday, because next Friday is July 4th.
Yep. We are going to be celebrating.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be somewhere with good barbecue and good food and good drinks and all the things. So, although we have some Diet Coke today for our drinking pleasure. So anyway, want to welcome you in. This is a brand new show, and so we're really excited. You do hear us. That's fantastic. Is the sound good? Yeah. Okay, good. So we're so stoked to have you here. This is this is a new concept. As a lot of you know, I took over Sage Goddess. Can you guys pause the sound out there for me? Thank you. As you know, I took over Sage Goddess in March from what it had transformed into, and I'm trying to get us back to our roots. And part of our roots is how much we love stones, genuinely. Okay?
Yes.
And how much we love telling you stories. And so we thought, instead of doing a live, we called it SGTV. And honestly, when I came back to SG, I was like, what is SGTV? This isn't really TV. So anyway, whatever. So we were like, why don't we do it a little more often, but shorter, and really let Robin and I talk, because Robin is a geologist, right? Robin's been with me for a decade. You will not on this planet, in my opinion, having traveled the world and met with pretty much everybody who says they know stones, really meet somebody who knows more than she does. I mean, no, seriously, she's so smart. You're such a good teacher. It's a catalog in her brain. This is not Robin going out and doing research. Robin knows all of this stuff, okay? And then me with my metaphysical knowledge and my geological wisdom, and also we like to have a good time.
We do. We just like to have fun and play.
And we enjoy being together. So it was like, why don't we make this more of a chat? So we're gonna have fewer things, more chat, more conversation. Everything we are showing you is for sale. I will tell you some of the things tonight we've been sourcing for months in anticipation of tonight, including Diaspora, trade name Zoltanite. You've seen my ring. You've begged me to bring this to you. We have it at what we think is the lowest price you'll ever find. We had someone direct at the mine. And that's so if you're like, how did she possibly get Diaspora at this price? I'm just telling you, it isn't even a 75% off price, which a lot of the things tonight are at 75% off. They're this, what you would get at our website. But the Diaspora is probably 90% off or 150% off because we went direct to the source. So you're gonna get some stones that connect to the history and the mystery and the magic of what we love at prices today that are insane. Topaz, I know you've been looking for it. Listen, again, direct from the source in Pakistan, you are getting the finest topaz, the most crystal clear terminated crystals at crazy prices tonight. Here's how this is going to work though. We're going to give you links to shop from. So instead of saying sold, and us collecting your names and invoicing you and all this stuff, you're going to purchase on the website. Now you're going to want to be quick on the draw, because things can sell out during the show and you don't want to miss it. I don't have more of this topaz. I don't have more of this Diaspora. I don't have more of the generators. I don't have more of these things. So you're going to shop the link. And so what you want to do is have us open, stay here. We're live with you for 2 hours now. Have a second tab open to sagegoddess.com, and you're going to want to purchase what you're looking for and check out. Okay. Now your discount code is not going to work on the newer products, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, because they're already discounted, okay? But your discount code is going to work. Magic 75 is going to work on the items that it will work on. So you want to put your code on, but if you're like, hey, why isn't my code working? Because we already took the discount off. Tell them you even thought it was nuts with the Diaspora pricing.
So she came into my office and she was like, we need to change this price. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, like, I've already, like, done and looked, and I was like, I gave
We're
him
already the lowest in the whole world.
We're the lowest in the whole world, and she goes,
Go
we're
lower.
lower, get more.
I made her do it. Rob, which is great, right? But we're doing it for you. I want you to have these crystals. There is a connection to my personal family with this crystal. And so if there's only one thing you purchase tonight, it should be the zoltanite. It is a color change stone from Anatolia, which is where part of my dad's family is from. It's also where the Göbekli Tepe temple is in southeast Turkey. So we're gonna get there tonight. I'm just telling you, you're gonna see some stuff tonight that's gonna blow your mind. I love you, P-Town.
I love this dog. I can't help it.
He's not peeing on you, which is really great. Everybody loves Paxton. Paxton has a lot of, he has the same things we all have in our family, attention deficit disorder, and he's also codependent. So if those two things describe you too, then my dog would love you as well. So check in where you're from. We want to know everything. We're watching the feed too. We'll do our best to answer all of your questions tonight too. And I have giveaways tonight from my personal collection. A Shaman Dreamstone pendant that I had with me during my last 2 ayahuasca journeys in sterling silver. I know, it's really crazy. And then
She didn't tell me about these, so I'm learning about them right now.
I always go rogue. And then look at these ruby and quartz earrings.
I love those.
So only one of my holes works. So I'm giving you the other earring. So I want someone to be an earring twin with me. Hold on while I find my hole. This is why you came, right? For all these really awkward moments. So Ohio's here, Houston's here. Oh, this is fun. Reno, Nevada is here. Boston's here. Come
Nice.
on now. We've got Reno and Las Vegas. We love it.
Michigan.
Buffalo, New York's in the house.
Virginia.
Boop, boop. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. We've got huge representation. I love that we've got our East Coast darlings.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me not be able to poke my own hole. Oh no, I got it. How long does it take?
She's got her one, and then I have like huge ones, and like I lost count of how many.
I'm getting pierced tomorrow. I'm doing my belly button tomorrow.
I have mine done,
Do
but yeah, but I've lost count on how many piercings.
Oh my God. Now I'm Zoe and I are going to the piercing place on 190th tomorrow.
That's where I got
Envy or whatever?
Yeah, that's where I got my last 2 piercings done.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, so you do recommend it?
I love it.
Okay.
They were super nice.
I got it in my hole, everybody.
Super clean. Very
super professional.
very
right?
professional.
Yeah. So I might do my nose tomorrow. I'm definitely doing my belly button. I know. After my divorce, my job was to get back in shape, and I did. I finally got to where I wanted to be, and so I'm like, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm turning 52. Don't judge me if you think that's too old to get my belly button
It's
done,
never
whatever.
too old.
You only live once. So anyway, it's partly in my ear, and you're gonna get the other one. Love it. South Florida is here. Louisiana's here. So now we've got the South checking in. Love that so much. Look at that. We've got our whole family here, so we're stoked to have you. Okay, so we're gonna we have kind of fewer things to talk about tonight, hoping that it's more of a story time, and also that you guys are with us and interacting and engaging a lot. And I also want to thank Circe, who's here with us this evening and helping in so many ways. So cheers, we're thrilled to have you here, and thank you for moving with us over to this new format. We're really excited about it. We hope you love it. You're turning 53 on Monday, and you're working on your next tattoo. Thank you for that, Marquita Fisher. I refuse to grow up. I just refuse. I honestly, at 52, I feel better than I did in my 30s. But I think it's because I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care what people think. I don't care. I'm about, like,
See, when
I'm at.
when I hit that where I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna be who I am, the way I want to be.
That's right.
I felt better, and I'm like, if you don't like it, okay.
Well, you look great, by the way.
Thank
You
you.
really do.
Well, you do too.
Thank you. Yep. Works in progress. But yeah, we're owning our space.
Mhm.
Okay, so shall we dive right in?
I think we should. And
I love that so much.
which one would you like to start with?
Maybe the rum and glass bottles.
We can definitely do that.
Okay, yeah, here. And we have 2 cameras, by the way. Let's show you the other camera, which goes right to my crotch. Sorry. You get to see my leather pants. So because we do this so you can see close-ups of the goodies that we have for you, and it's not super close up, but close up enough. So a lot of you know my fascination, her fascination with the ancient civilizations, and there's quite a few items tonight that are about that fascination that we have, and we've taught you about Roman glass. What these are, and this was just a lucky find, you guys, okay? And again, if you want one of these when we show them to you, we don't have a lot. I think these, we have 12.
Yeah.
So you're gonna wanna go right, if you see it, you're like, I want that, go right to the link and shop.
Yes.
Okay, because I don't have any more of these to bring you. This was a lucky find. Roman glass is 2,500 years old. It comes from the Roman civilization, and it's pieces of bottles and pieces of chalices.
Yes.
These are pieces of Roman glass that have been, and these were done in Rome. They were put back together into little amphoras, into little vases.
Yeah, and the style that they did it in is to represent the actual shape of the vessels they would have been using back then. So they took the bits and pieces and basically recreated them. It was like a rebirth of the glass, is the way how I've been seeing it when I've been using them.
We have 3 sizes, by the way. There's a small, medium, and a large. And so they are, these are already discounted prices for you. So this is one of the items that your discount won't work on. One piece of Roman glass can go for $50, $60, $70. You're getting the small for $79, the medium for $89, and the large is $99. And
it comes with, where is it?
For me, these are incense burners. Okay, so we are sending it with
this beautiful powdered incense.
So you can light that, and we're also going to send it with a couple of stick incenses, because my vision is you can either put the powdered incense in it, or you can put a stick incense in it and let the incense burn down. So we're sending you a couple of options.
It smells so good.
So you will absolutely love. It's grounded rose, powdered incense, and then we're sending you an intuitively chosen couple of incense sticks too, so you can burn either kind that you want. Now, you don't have to burn incense in these, by the way. You can put flowers in these. You could,
anything. You can put like what I like to do is you put salt in it.
Yeah.
And then after you put salt, put a little bit of water. And then it just kind of like, as the salt like melts into it, it releases that clearing energy through it.
And maybe a drop of essential oil or something like that, so it kind of diffuses the oils.
Exactly.
Which would be really beautiful
Which
too.
is really cool.
And by the way, you can comment and say you got one. I would love to know who's getting one of these. So just because we're not doing the sold, just comment and say I got one, so we can celebrate with you. That's part of the fun, right?
Right.
But you guys, these are absolutely incredible. When I found these, I screamed a little bit. It was like, holy shit, because those of us who've collected Roman glass have thought, wouldn't it be so cool to have the original vessel, right? The original chalice, or the original, and a lot of them, and by the way, this is all Roman glass. It's all Roman glass, but this is an actual piece that would have been a bottom of a vessel, and they transformed it into a new vessel for you.
Yeah.
I love it. Tammy got a small one. Did you? Yeah, Michelle got one too. Alexis got a large one. I just think they're incredible because of how much we've talked about Roman glass in the past.
Well, what's really cool about these also is the way they made glass back in ancient Rome is different than how they've made glass at like any other time and in any other place. So it really is, because when they did it, of course it's sand. So when you take sand itself, it's all natural, and it's a mixture of everything. Right. They heated it up and they put other minerals in it, and the reason why you usually see it in either this dark blue,
which has all the little bits and pieces of
or the light green, is due to what they put in it.
I'm gonna crawl up on you. Look.
They put potassium and magnesium in the sand while they were forming it and melting it to get those colors.
You see that? I have to put it in front of my face because it's trying to focus on my face. But look at this, you guys. Did you get one? You see that? See all the rainbow colors in that?
It's so beautiful. The other thing that would be really cool, put a tea light in it so it lights up and goes through the glass.
It's a little small for that potentially, but you could put a tea light behind it,
or just like
or put it on a light stand.
a string of LEDs inside.
The little fairy lights would be so rad inside of this.
And then it can illuminate.
It's amazing to hold something in your hand. You know, this is always because I used to teach mythology to undergraduates when I was at the University of Southern California, and it was always a challenge because I love mythology, but students would come in and be like it was any other class, and I'm like, oh hell no, y'all better get hard for this class because this is going to be exciting for you. And of course I get excited because it's my people, right? Just like when we talk about the Norse civilization, she lights up, right? That's her civilization. So, but it is so amazing to me to see these pieces put back together as if they were the original vessel. And it was a dream for me to see somebody do that, but for it to actually be in my hand. Anyway, congratulations, you guys. Are any of you Italian, Greek? You know, I mean, so many of us have Roman roots. The Greeks for sure do, and we don't like to admit it because the Greeks always say that the Romans, the Romans came after, they copied everything that we did, and so they think they're original, but they're ripping off everything. And then the Egyptians, which I have a sliver of Egyptian lineage in me, but the Egyptians definitely say the Greeks and the Romans ripped them off. So if you have any Italian lineage, any Greek, Mediterranean lineage basically, or Egyptian lineage, like this is your tool for sure. You're Sicilian, which of course the Sicilians think they're ultra Italian, right? And I'm not here to judge. I'm not Italian. I'm not trying to start a fight. You Italians can fight, and I'm not here for that.
Well,
but
we just have to remember, the Norse came before everything.
Which is true. I mean, again, the Greeks would say, well, every Norse word has Greek roots. Scandinavian, yeah, Crystal's with you on that, so, all right, well.
You do that, and all I think of is your dad.
I know. And my dad's, okay, so when we get to Diaspora, which, by the way, do not log off of this show, there's two things you need to do. First of all, subscribe to the channel, because you don't want to miss notifications of what we're doing. Second of all, don't log off because we have so many fun, amazing things coming, including like the best giveaways and stones you need at prices that you're not going to find anywhere online just because we had a good connection. So the Norse rule, thank you so much. Have you seen my stories on Facebook? By the way, you can follow me on Facebook. My personal Facebook's kind of fun. There's a woman, I was telling Robin about this. She does these Norse makeovers where she like turns into a shield maiden. So she's like kind of doing her makeup and her hair, and then she goes like this. And all of a sudden she's like a Norse queen, and she does the voiceover, and it is incredible. I have to share her with you and blow her up because she's one of the most inspiring I've seen, and she's got like 1,000 videos. So anyway, if you have Norse lineage, for goodness sake. Okay. All right, so that was fun. Yay!
Woohoo!
Yay! I'm so happy for you if you got one. Italians do rule, and for God's sake, your food is amazing, so we're here for it.
I will admit to the Italians, I'm part Northern Italian.
Well, and you're also a very good cook.
I love food.
You are. Robin's a great cook. I think most of us as Sage Goddess have a secondary hobby, which is we love food and we love to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, if you come to our houses, you will not be disappointed. What do you want to talk about? Where is my purple table scarf from? It's an old belly dance scarf of mine. I know they don't really make them like that anymore. I wish I could find things for you like that. I own a second company called The Lair, and we do bring velvet hip scarves and things like that. You'll want to join our Facebook group. Our moderators can link you to it. But yeah, the ones like that are hand beaded. It's really hard to find them. Those are Egyptian, so because again, Egyptians are the best. We all think we're the best. We're all the best. You would love a shield maiden makeover. Oh my God! Wait till you see this woman though. She it's next level, and I will share her with you. We'll make sure it's in the comments so you can follow her Instagram. Is he for real? So the other night during the new moon, he is licking his junk like it's his job, and it's literally he's slurping it, and I'm trying to be like, don't look behind me, everybody. Love you, Pags. You're a good boy. He's a good boy. Rachel was gonna use his box of dental chews as like a riser, and he was like sniffing it, and I just said, "This is gonna go so sideways. It's so bad." So he brought you a key because he doesn't have a. Anyway, okay. What do you want to talk about? I chose the first one. You chose the second one. Everything is great.
Everything is so good, but you know what?
Tell me.
You want to do the fancy jaspers?
Yes.
I am in love because I'm in love with fancy jasper.
I'm here for it.
So
we only are showing you things in Rock Talk that we are both obsessed with.
So I actually, it was really cool because
and they're Metatron's cubes.
Well, yeah.
I mean, no. What? You will miss this when we're at the shop and you don't have like live Paxton disruptions. You'll be like, oh, I miss him chewing on his shit on you. Okay, go on.
So one time when we had the showroom open,
yeah,
one of our wonderful couples that came in all the time,
yeah,
they brought something in and they're like, can you identify this for me? And it was a piece of fancy jasper.
yeah.
And they're like, I looked it up, I couldn't find anything. And I was like, well, that's because you're lucky. It's fancy jasper.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what's that? And
Fancy.
I'm like, well, it's every single jasper you can possibly think of.
In one.
Melded together into one. So
That's
if you
true.
ever are like not sure, oh, do I want red jasper? Do I want this,
Because
that?
the green is so healing, and then the yellow is so empowering, and the...
Like just in this piece alone, you see how on one side it's all red? You flip it over, and it's like a moss agate.
But they really are. And that's where one of the reasons I love stones is because I love the spectrum of color.
Hi.
And you really do in some of your stones, not all of them. I know. Go to your other dog whisperer. You really do see the whole spectrum of colors. So jasper, first of all, grows with agate and quartz. And so it is a quartz-bearing mineral. So it magnifies the energy. And it brings loving kindness, healing, empowerment, strength, like all of the things. And so this is why we're both inspired by it. And the Metatron's cube, which is the shape, has every single sacred geometric shape inside of it. So it's every healing property plus every sacred geometric shape.
This is the everything of everything of everything.
I want healing, great, it's here. I want empowerment, great, it's here. I want abundance, great, it's here, okay? They are all that way, Shirley, okay? Now, we only have like 33 of one size and 17 of the other size. These are 75% off. Wait till we tell you the prices.
Yeah.
The small ones are $12.50. Okay?
No, that's the big one.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, that's right.
That's this size.
$10, $11.25, $12.50.
After the 75% discount.
You have to use your code MAGIC75 when you're checking out. Holy shit, you guys. I mean, literally, these are hand carved, by the way. I mean, I want you to take a moment. Now, what I do with these, and I've taught you this trick before, I take my perfume of choice. This is my New Moon perfume, okay? I put a little bit on my arm to give me like a palette, and then I take the Metatron's cube, roll it in it, and then I stamp it on my skin. Right, stamp it to your third eye. I'm gonna do that nicely. It's bringing in every geometric shape and every healing property of the jasper. And you can use this as a wax seal because the Metatron's cube forms a perfect 5-pointed star every time you stamp it. Is that incredible? I'm telling you, like literally, this is below wholesale. This is below our cost. Our cost on these was 1.5 at least of each of these prices. So you will never on the planet find a fancy jasper Metatron's cube for less than you will today. So we are so stoked because it's every stone you need in every shape that you need at a price that we'll never be able to bring it to you again. Okay, so let us know if you got one. I love it.
Well, one of the things I love about these,
Yep.
I have to geek out on my stone side a little bit.
Yep.
So if you think of jaspers, everyone's always like, oh, well, in my jasper, I'm seeing some clear parts too.
Yep.
And that is because it has agate in it as well.
That's true.
So the way if you think about it, if you take chalcedony, and that's your big umbrella, and that's a microcrystalline quartz, and then from there it branches out into your agates and your jaspers.
Right.
If it is more of a opaque style, it's going to be a jasper. If it's more translucent, it's going to be an agate. That's the simple way to separate those two.
Isn't that cool?
But because it is under that big umbrella of the chalcedony, you're going to get, and especially in a fancy jasper like this, you're going to get that clear agate parts. You're going to get the jasper parts. And 99% of the time, if it has opaqueness to it, they're going to consider it a jasper instead of an agate, which is really cool.
It's crazy because in person, so like this is the small size again. The prices are crazy. You're getting a medium. You see Robin got a medium. Sunny Days got a large. This is the small. This is the medium. This is the large. And I will tell you, when it comes to stones, like this is beautiful no matter what size you get. And they're so close in price. It's not like, oh, you should definitely get a bigger one. Some people do. I'll tell you something, and I know you guys, so don't say this isn't true. If there's a big one, some of you are just going to get the big one. It tells me a lot about you. Some of you, no matter what size it is we have, you're going to get a small one, right? Now for me, I do, because I have small hands, I do like smaller, if it's a working stone, sometimes I do like a smaller stone just because it fits in my hand and it's just easy. But if you're displaying it, you may want a larger piece. And they do, the other party bonus of these, right, is that they stand on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So because there's a flat side on all sides, you don't have to have a stand for this. It's just going to sit perfectly on your altar. And then the last party bonus is centerpieces for grids.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's going to sit right upright with that 5-pointed star, and you can use this. So if you have a grid for healing, a grid for abundance, a grid for empowerment. So a lot of you have shipping questions. Our moderators can answer those for you. I will tell you that we do the bare minimum we need to ship to you in any part of the world, and we do ship around the world, so we can reach you anywhere that you are in the United States or outside the United States. We ship globally every single day. And your items will reach you safely. So I'm so happy that you're here. The bigger the hand, the bigger the what? Tell me more about the bigger the bigger. I don't know that that's true. This is where the conversations with me go sideways and I have to watch myself, but you're also here for that. Some people say if their hands are big and their feet are big, that everything else is big. And I just have to say in my almost 2 years of life,
not always the case.
No. I've had some small-handed friends who were quite expansive.
And I've had some
larger-handed friends who were not. I'm going to leave the rest of that conversation to your imagination. Hi, Kathy. So happy to see you. The look. I gave you the look. I know.
Just remember, if they drive a big truck.
Susan's saying, I don't think it's true. Yeah. Listen, if they're trying to compensate with a fancy car, didn't Shania Twain teach us this? That don't impress me much. Look at that. This is why we love you guys. We can have these, I'm always like, can we talk about these things? We can, right? We're friends. Okay, great question from Marsha Crawford, and you can absolutely come to us with the heavy hitter questions about stones. What's the difference between polychrome jasper and ocean jasper?
Ooh, so that's a fun question.
That's a Robin question.
So the thing about that is polychrome jasper, you're going to have a very more select color palette. On a polychrome jasper, you're going to have your beiges and your blues, your creams, sometimes some purple, sometimes some red, but you're going to get like swashes of color going through it. Bigger, like, color patterns.
Think like a sunset palette.
Yeah, right? Like a sunset palette. Where ocean jasper is extremely special.
Yeah.
Ocean jasper only comes out of Madagascar. And it only comes out of a few veins in Madagascar. And that's because it's the only place in the world that actually within the stone has circular aggregates that grow in there. And those circular aggregates is what makes those orbs that you see. If you do not see an orb, it's not going to be a true ocean jasper.
I'm going to turn the music down while she talks just for a second.
And so that's going to be like your main thing about it is those aesthetics. And ocean jasper you can find in a rainbow of colors. There's no restriction to the colors that you're going to find.
That's true.
And the way how that orb is created is basically it starts, quartz points start growing out from it, and then it's surrounded again by more of that agate.
Yeah.
So it holds that little burst within its own little house.
Did you guys just hear that? So when you have your ocean jasper and it has the circles, okay? Like, do you have a piece? It's kind of fun to get your own crystals out while we're talking about this, because our job is to make you fall in love with your stones. So we're showing you new things you can get tonight, but also like go back through your collection. Every single one of those orbits, you guys, is a point of quartz.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at this piece of ocean jasper and it has like 30 circles or orbits,
Mm-hmm.
imagine how much energy of quartz is there, magnifying the healing. We think of happiness with ocean jasper.
Such a happiness stone.
Contentment, also like peace.
Mm-hmm. There's actually
It's really cool.
There's one vein in Madagascar. It's actually up in the region of Sofia, Madagascar. There's one vein that actually has a star aggregate ocean jasper.
Wow.
So the base of it's going to be green, and then it's going to have the dots in it, and then you'll actually see full-on stars from those quartz points radiating out.
Cool.
That is surrounded then by calcedony. Then it's all filled in by the
good.
jasper around it.
This is why I love your questions, right? I think we both do, because you guys asking a question leads us to this conversation, and you have these pieces already in your collection. Like we've been with you for 14 years, right? So like, again, we want you to fall in love with those crystals and not just have them on a shelf and go, oh yeah, I got that from Sage Goddess a few years ago, and it's like, oh my God, I want to go back and like fall in love with it all over again. So what we're talking about with orbits, right? Ocean jasper has these little circles in it. Next time we should probably, not right now, but like we should probably have the crystal tray out so that we can like
So we can
pull
show,
pieces and
yeah.
So we'll do that. But it has these little circles that we call orbits, and that's why they call it an orbicular jasper, because it has all those little circles all over.
Mm-hmm.
But to know why those circles form is really important, because when you pick it up and you're like, no wonder I feel more empowered or more happy or more whatever when I have this. It's just it's the way, because a quartz point has more energy than just a quartz inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
So cheers to you guys for the good questions too. I love that so much. It's so nice to be with you guys, and also to be with you here at home. I mean, we're excited to be in our new space, but this crystal room's been with all of us for a long time, and it's wonderful to have you here.
It's fun. I love it. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that piece. Oh my gosh, I remember that
I know.
piece.
There's so much. The shelves in here are made of Palo Santo, so it's like, it's a whole. Which Victor cut those shelves for me before he died. It was the last thing he gave me before COVID. Remember, he died of COVID. And yeah, I have these shelves in my crystal room, and they're huge Palo Santo shelves, and this was like a 1,000-year-old tree that he cut them from as a gift, and I was like, what do I do with these huge slices of Palo Santo? And so I mounted them as shelves in my crystal room. So it's just nice to have you here. It feels like having our friends here in the house with us too. So congratulations. I mean, it's just, so if you felt called to this one, I will tell you this. I would be surprised if you feel called to everything that's here tonight. That would be weird for me. I'm not here to say you need everything that we've got. We have such a diversity of things, and so, you may go, well, you know what, that's interesting, but I don't feel like I need a piece of that. That's fine. We're here to show you kind of a buffet of different stone situations and have you lean into what's calling to you. So yeah, the moderators are reminding you, if you are shopping almost everything tonight, your code MAGIC75 will take 75% off. If it doesn't, it's because it's a brand new piece, and we already took the 75% off.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll let you know.
Yeah. It felt like a good way to honor him, and it was such a devastating blow to lose him. He was
so nice.
He was younger than me when he died, so it was just like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Of course, I still think of myself as young, but I was just like, whoa.
Well, you are young.
I am. I will sit with that, and I think the 50s are the new 40s. I think the 40s are the new 30s. I think the 30s are the new 20s, and I think the people in their teens are like fetuses.
Oh my gosh, I look at them and I'm like, they're babies.
My son's 18, and I'm like, I still look at him and want to just pinch his cheeks.
I know, I'm like, they're babies.
You're called to everything. Well, you need Copal. Oh Lord, I think. Listen, if we do have Copal on sagegoddess.com, and our moderators might be able to just check and throw you a link, like get it while we have the 75% off is what I would tell you. Because let me tell you something, Copal is a whole other story. They're having trouble
getting it. Yes.
Because the generation behind me is Gen X, and then what? Gen
Alpha.
The one behind,
X.
or no, the young one. What are they?
Yeah, they're just Gen Z.
I think they're Gen Z. They
Gen
don't.
Z
They
and
don't
then Gen
want to
Alpha.
deal with it because it's messy. It's dirty. They have to, go to remote locations. It sticks to their hands, so they're having trouble keeping the Copal supply active in regions where it grows freely, like Mexico, because the next generation doesn't want to do it. So I mean, and I get it, right? Like we all want to advance, but at the same time, these old traditions need to stay alive. So anyway, Copal is one of my favorites too.
I love it.
Okay, do I get to choose next?
Yes, you get to choose next.
I'm genuinely looking around. Okay, we have these singing bowls, and we have them because of me. So I feel like it's my responsibility to share them with you, but it's also my joy to share them with you. When Robin and I were putting this sale together for you, we were like, this is something you have to know about, and I want you to get it while it's on sale, which might sound really funny to you, but I want you to have one. They are, after the discount, they are $17.25.
I've never
even Rachel's like,
I've never heard of a singing bowl for under $20.
Ever. And it's solid brass, by the way. It comes with the O-ring, which is nice. Like that's what you sit it on when you're not working with it. But let me tell you why these are important. These are massage bowls. Do you see this? The little hole, the little indentation in here, and they're heavy. Okay. You put your thumb in there. Okay. So you play it like this. When I found these, I was so obsessed, and then we had them made, which is why the price is so good. So it's legit. It's solid brass. Okay. It's in the note of G, which is for the throat chakra, which I'm all about my throat chakra right now.
And this is mango wood too.
And yes, and mango wood for the striker. Okay, so what you do, and then you apply it. I mean, can you imagine? Right, so if for yourself, this is really important. Sound therapy, we know now, right? We don't have to talk about this anymore. Sound therapy is the future of healing. And Tesla taught us this, right? Like when we finally figure out our shit, we're gonna understand that sound and frequency are the basis of all healing. And what's nice is when I started Sage Goddess, I had to convince people that sound healing was accurate. Now I don't have to convince anybody anymore.
I mean, just listen to music. The songs that make you feel good.
And it just feels good too because it's brass, but you can feel the frequency moving through. And so most bowls, when you apply it to the skin, will stop playing. This one doesn't because it's designed to be for the body. So what I like to do is have someone sit away from me, right? So I would be behind them and just go chakra to chakra down the body. It's aligning them to that frequency. So the throat chakra frequency is truth. So what I will tell you is you're never going to get a solid brass singing bowl again for under $20. Like it's never going to happen in the history of ever. I can just promise you. When these are gone, they're gone. I don't have any more. Again, these are just like what would Robin and I tell you are the most important things for you to have from all of our items at Sage Goddess. This is for sure one of them.
Yes.
So it is $17.25. It's 4.5 inches. You get the striker, you get the bowl, and you get the O-ring. Which honestly is kind of like disco. It's a little black and gold. I'm into it. Isn't that beautiful? This should sit on your altar all the time because even if you're not into sound healing, like you're like, I don't care about the throat chakra or whatever, like before you start your ceremonies, it will clear the field. So you just bring it through your tools. Bells also are used in ceremony. Like, it's like when I used to teach kids, right? Shut up now, right? Like turn the lights on and off. Ceremony starting, right? Like if you teach or you have classes, you just want to bring the sound through the space. It adjusts people's frequency. It gets them to focus. It brings them into present time. And then again at the end of your ceremony. Isn't that beautiful for under $20? Are you getting one? Again, we like to know because I can't see, right? So it's fun to know, yeah, I got one, and then also how are you going to work with it too? I like the size of this one. That's my altar over there, right? Like I don't have room for a big singing bowl, but I do have room for a small singing bowl for ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love one. I have one at my house.
yeah.
And when I'm not using it,
Yeah.
I actually like putting a little incense cone in there and burning it.
You totally can. That's ingenious, actually, to put that in there and like that. Yeah.
And so I have that in there,
Yeah.
and then of course I have the whole thing for when I want to use it.
You
And
could put actually, Rachel, will you do, I don't know if you, can you grab me that stick of incense for one of them? Like there's a bunch of them in the plant, or, because I also actually think we could use it as a stick incense burner. Look how cute Rachel's pants are.
I know.
Rachel has the cutest clothes, by the way. She really does. So yeah, you could look at that. I mean, what?
I've never done it with a stick. I've only done it with a cone.
You can put a cone in there too, but look, if there's a hole in something, I'm gonna stick something in it. And you can think about that however you want to think about that. I'm so stoked. Lisa's getting one. Green Gypsy has one. Do you love it? It's so, brass, and we've talked about the healing properties of brass before too, because it's in India and in Southeast Asia, they make a lot of their sacred tools out of brass.
Well, it's because it's a mixture of copper and zinc.
Mm-hmm.
And so bringing in that conductivity of the copper and the healing aspect of the zinc.
It's all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Leo in me can't not blaze it up. I haven't burned anything this afternoon. It's been like a whole 3 hours since I burned anything. I can turn the camera so you can see it.
From the moment I get into work every morning, first thing I do is light my candle.
She's notorious for being a burner.
And so I light my candle, and I light my incense, and I light my smudge. And then I just keep burning leaves.
Isn't that cool? It's so rad. I mean, I will tell you something too, and a lot of you know this. We're not going to have this kind of pricing at the holidays. Like, under $20, you could give someone this and an incense stick as a holiday gift, and they're going to think you spent $100 on them, and it's amazing, right? So, but I do love that. Here. This is a copal stick. I think we need a moment of silence for copal. It's amazing how when you burn something, the whole energy of the space shifts.
It does.
And it doesn't matter where you are, who's there. It's like everything shifts.
Yep.
So we'll let that go for a minute. And then when you're done with I think you know this already, but it's like me teaching you how to be conservative with your resources. When you're done burning your incense stick, turn it upside down and just like a cigarette, put it out. And then save it for next time. If you've had enough, you don't have to burn the whole thing down. And so just turning it upside down and saving it for your next ceremony, and just stick it back in there, and that way next time you just relight it. It's kind of cool. So one stick for me will last me a week or two, because I'm using it just to clear the space, and then I'm extinguishing it.
Yep.
Super good. Okay, I picked, now you pick.
Oh gosh, there's just too many good things to pick from.
I know. I actually really do love everything that we have.
I kind of want to go with these though.
Get it.
So I've always been in love with these, and I was like, okay, I want to put some jewelry in. And I think this was the first thing that popped into my mind. These are naturally terminated Tibetan quartz point bracelets.
They're $15.
And I mean,
this is crazy. So, and I mean, I want Robin to speak to it, because she knows what's going to happen when I take over with Tibetan quartz. It's one of the stones that has healed me from MS. So, I can get emotional thinking about it.
I have so much of it. It comes from the Himalayan mountains.
Yeah.
What's really cool about it is you can only mine Tibetan quartz
It's right here.
For a very small fraction
It's adjustable.
of the year.
Yep.
It is 80 to 90% of the year you cannot mine where these are from, because the weather is too bad. So it's a very small window. These have the black inclusions that you see is all carbon. It's pure carbon that has been in the quartz. So as this was forming, as this was being created, the silica of the quartz was all gelatinous and still in that jelly formation. And there was so much carbon in the earth that it formed around the carbon molecules and solidified. And that's how you get those inclusions within this quartz.
Yeah.
And carbon is the element that is the base for basically everything in our world,
including our bodies.
And for those of you that have been around me for a while now, you know my saying, like heals like.
Yep.
And so when you have something that is amplified by the quartz, it's going to heal you in so many ways.
Okay, so
one of those are beautiful.
Robin started by telling you the most important thing, which is that they're all double terminated.
This one's a scepter.
Are you serious?
This one has a little scepter formation on it.
Dude, it does. Look at that. A scepter is where there's a point and then a point grows over it. Okay, so when I, first of all, I don't even know how, like, we're doing this, right? You will not find a Tibetan quartz bracelet that will fit you no matter what your wrist size. Mine is a 6.5. These are made to be a 7-inch at the smallest and go all the way up to about a 9. Okay, so this is gonna fit you no matter what size you are. It's got a lobster claw, it's fully adjustable. And then at the bottom of the adjustable chain is a little heart. Okay, I hope you're getting one, okay? I really, really, really hope you are getting one tonight. If you have an autoimmune disease, what I'm gonna tell you is this, because I have multiple of them. She also does, okay? When I first got diagnosed with MS 15 years ago, I went to my crystal healer, and my crystal healer said, listen, you've got to work with Tibetan quartz. It is like the unspoken hero of autoimmune challenges. That was 15 years ago, before we were really aware. One of the reasons Tibetan quartz is such a powerful healer, there's a physical reason, and there's a physical reason and a metaphysical reason, okay? Tibetan quartz comes from the Tibetan Ridge, first mountain range ever to grow on the planet, okay, above the Tethys Sea, which is the most ancient ocean that ever formed on this planet. This is millions of years ago, pre-dinosaurs, okay? So it comes from the oldest mountain ridge where we understand something called Shambhala to be located, okay, which is a power place. It's one of the most important vortices on the planet. That's where this comes from. To her point, it's frozen most of the year, so you cannot get to Tibetan Ridge. And unlike Brazilian quartz, love Brazilian quartz, okay, love Lemurian quartz, but they blast those mines, okay? So that's a different kind of energy. You cannot blast anything in Tibet. They have to be mined by hand. And then the black, like she said, is carbon, which is a building block of the human body. So this is a mineral inclusion that, from my perspective, is able to impact the DNA chain, the sequence, okay? And I believe in the best of East and West, the best of metaphysics and the best of our traditional medicine. And so, for what it's worth, blue-green kyanite, eudialyte, sugilite, and Tibetan quartz have been my 4 allies in the healing process for me. And that's from ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, MS, and Graves' disease. Those are my 3 favorite personal favorite. I don't know if they're favorites.
Well,
those are the ones I got.
Well, I'm going to say from my side, I suffer from fibromyalgia, which is constant pain.
Constant.
And I love having my Tibetan quartz. See, my main that I use is Tibetan quartz, sugilite, but then I also, for me, I use bloodstone a lot because I have issues with my cardiovascular, and so that helps with that, and hematite.
Hematite helps, huh? I like that.
So for me, those are the ones I mainly go to.
It makes sense. I mean, hematite literally comes from the Greek word for blood. Yeah, your mom does too. So if you love Tibetan quartz, if you love the legend of Shambhala, if you have an autoimmune disease or you know someone who does, at this point, you know, everybody around me knows that's my quad, right? Now you're learning about her quad. So I would encourage you, right? Cancer has a whole separate set of stones that we work with, and so it's great to have these conversations, by the way, too. I will say, you know, in my opinion, crystals don't necessarily like fix a condition or heal a condition, but what they do is align us to a vibration that reduces our lived experience of it.
Mm-hmm.
And and cancer actually responds to a lot of the same stones that autoimmune diseases respond to. I'm so glad you got one. So how do you use them? Michelle's asking a great question. Okay, I would love to see you wear it. Because here's how crystals work. And again, this is not airy-fairy. This is not Athena's Guide to the World or Robin's. This is science.
Yeah.
You have an energy field. It extends at arm's length. You know how people say, I'm going to keep that person at arm's length? The reason they say that is if you keep someone at arm's length, they are out of your energy field. Okay? So your energy field is 2 feet, roughly, in diameter around you. Any crystal that's within your energy field is impacting you on a physical level. Anything outside that 2 feet is not. These crystals over here in the corner are beautiful. They're not impacting me directly right now. The jewelry I'm wearing, the stuff right here on the floor, this is all impacting me directly. If it's within arm's length, it's touching me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you can stick it in your pocket, stick it in your panties, stick it in your bra. Panties, be careful, right? Don't put pointy things in there. Internal use, not advised.
Some people might like it.
Well, you do you, okay? We offer a lot of things that, and I don't judge people. People are like, well, that's pointy, and what do I do? Don't put it there, okay? But some people do slide things into their cooters, and that's your business. So, but you know, pockets, right? Bra. This is why we say this. Wear your jewelry. That's the reason is we want things within arm's length of you, because the crystal then is vibrating in your own energy field. And what crystals do is they calibrate our energy, right? We align to their frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we work with a crystal that has a very specific frequency, if it's in our energy field, it's going to calibrate. If it's not, it's not going to. Now, doesn't mean it's not working. These crystals are calibrating the room.
Oh yeah.
Right? So then when you walk into the room, but think about it as being more diluted, okay? The closer you are to that crystal, the more powerful its impact on you. The further away it is, it could be calibrating the space, but it's not going to be impacting you directly. Does that make sense? I know. I'm not trying to get banned from YouTube. That's why I use the word cooter instead of the other words that I could use that you know I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you chose this one to talk about and bring tonight, because it truly is it's been impactful
Mm-hmm.
for me.
It is. It's been so impactful for me. I love it, and also it's like people know that Himalayan quartz has a higher vibrational frequency than other quartzes around the world.
Yeah.
And with that, so having the carbon in there at that high frequency that's close to you, it is like a powerhouse into your own auric field. And so it helps align your aura to be in a healing state, in a healing trance.
One of my favorite stories, and I taught you this when I taught you about Shambhala all those years ago. So I have a friend who hiked the Himalayan ridge as far as he could get, right? Like at a certain point at altitude, you can't breathe and all those things. And so he had heard the stories about what happens to people. Have you heard these stories when they're climbing? It's serious, true stories. You can read about it. There's like rabbit holes. So everybody's watches break. There's a certain point when you're climbing that like your watch will break, or the other thing that happens is the watch will go. It's working clockwise. You can actually see your watch start to go counterclockwise. I mean, really? So watches start to break. People's vision, like they'll see in front of them, and all of a sudden they'll see behind them. Like crazy things happen when they start to walk this ridge because of the frequency. So the crystals are holding that frequency. Are Herkimer diamonds the same? Great question from Rachel, by the way. So. No. Okay. So yes and no, right? Herkimer diamonds are double terminated quartz points, so in that way they're similar.
Yes.
The difference is your Herkimer diamonds are not carbon included, and they come from the United States, which I love the U.S. I live here. It's not as high a frequency vortex as the Himalayan mountain ridge, so it lacks the carbon inclusion and it lacks the medicine of the space.
Yes.
Shipping is as fast as we can get it to you. I swear to God, we are Santa's elves. Do you remember that cartoon? We are Santa's elves. Our team is shipping to you almost around the clock and on weekends too, so it'll be as quick as we can possibly get it to you. I'm trying to see your questions and see if there's anything else I can answer for you. Yeah, you can't get watches because they do weird things. Okay, so I don't wear watches because, you know, I'm a Leo and we think things start. She is too. Things start when we get there, right? So it's like, who cares what time it is? Which is shitty, but we kind of believe it. Also, I don't live in the third dimension most of the time, and that's where time is, so I'm not really good at time.
So what's funny is I think I'm actually allergic to watches. And the reason why I say this is every single time, no matter what band I have on,
Yeah.
I end up getting like a horrible like rash and everything.
Time sucks so bad, you don't want it.
I can have the same materials
Yeah.
as a bracelet and it won't happen. But as soon as it's attached to a watch, my body's like, no, get it off. And I'm like,
time is, yeah. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to in the spirit world is not having to deal with time. Like, what time is it? Who cares?
it's me time.
But anyway, yeah, it's not that you won't ever find carbon in a Herkimer diamond, right? You'll find iron, you'll find carbon, not constantly, right? You're more likely to find iron than you are carbon in a Herkimer diamond. And that's just the geology of the space. Yeah. But one of the things that's important is not just what's in your crystals, but where they come from. Because the crystals, think of crystals as like an energy keeper, right? Like they record the geology of the space, but they also record the history of the space. And that's why for me, like if you were to say, Athena, you can have, and this is you know, it's okay if you feel differently, because some people just want clear quartz, and that's Brazil. Okay, if you want crystal clear quartz, I'm going to tell you, go to Brazil
or Madagascar.
Don't go to Tibet. Right? Like, it's going to be included, and it's going to be opaque. It's not going to be crystal clear. But if you said, Athena, I'm going to give you $1,000, you can get a big piece of quartz, where do you want it from? I would say anything from Tibet. That's just me personally, right? So that's why it's like, to get a full bracelet of double terminated points for under $20 is insane. Get this as a holiday gift for somebody. And honestly, if you have health challenges, get it for you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm taking mine off.
No, I'm not either. Rachel's going to take one back to the shop. And she brought 3. So that's fine. Oh, the other thing I like to do, I don't know if this is just me, around the gear shift of your car. Because you're in your car a lot, and it's within 2 feet of you. So if you say, well, I'm going to get it for my friend, but my friend isn't going to wear it, I don't care. You put it around your friend's gear shift in the car, and you're automatically going to receive the benefit for however long you're in the car every day. So it's car adornment. Car adornment. By the way, I love Herkimer diamonds too. And,
oh, yes.
Can you grab me one from over there? They're the 2 on either side of the citrine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pair of them here that have been with me through every single ceremony I've ever done. These are my little, I mean, they're not super little, but these are my Hercs. So I am a huge fan. There's still one Herkimer diamond from my old office that I haven't found because I never unpacked it. I'm hoping to find it now, and it has a trigon on it. I know these don't, but these are the 2 from my crystal room that are beautiful. With me through every ceremony. So trust me, I'm a huge lover of Hercs. But from a healing perspective, it depends on what you're doing, right? Like Hercs are said to be some of the highest frequency crystals on the planet too, and I work with them. But I think from a healing perspective, I would still go Tibetan before I would go. And I have some larger points in my little prayer room there, so if we have time later and you want show and tell. Thank you so much. I'm super stoked to be almost divorced. It's good for my skin. I feel very empowered. There's no longer a gear shift, it's all buttons. What kind of car did you get? Did you get a spaceship?
Well, you can hang it from the mirror.
Listen, I trust you that you will find a place to hang something in your car. I'm happy for your fancy car. Lydia said, can we collect items and check out in a while, or do you have to check out now? Here's the thing. So, by the way, if you're just joining us now, I want to say how stoked we are to have you. The way this is working is you have to shop from the link, okay? Some things we have, 60 of, some things we have 10 of. So if you wait to check out until later, there could be things you want that are sold out, Okay? So what I'm going to say is if there's something you really want, I would check out while we're showing it to you. Because I would hate for you to go, shit, I went there at the end of the 2 hours and only 2 of the things I wanted are left. Okay? And I can't control that. So if there's something you really have your heart set on, I would check out when you see it. If you're not super set on it, add it to your cart and then let the universe decide. Okay? Yeah, my divorce won't be official for a little while. I don't want to tell you why. It would make you mad. But I'm working on it as fast as I can. You just got divorced after 25 years? Congratulations.
And I'll be on the other side.
She's happily married.
I'm very happy to be married.
Yeah, no, and she should be. She's got like the bestest husband. Can we cheers him?
Oh, for sure. Cheers.
Yep. Daryl is fantastic. She has an amazing partner. We love Daryl at SJ. I'm super pro marriage. I am. I think it's a beautiful thing, and especially when you see people who are so with the right person, and he just adores her. He really does. He appreciates what he has. So, cheers, everybody. What about combined shipping? We try. We really, really do. So, stay tuned. We're going to do our best for you. Have a second window open. So, watch us have a second window open to sagegoddess.com. Everything we're showing you today is at the top of the page, right? So then you can add it to your cart and check out really quickly.
And they're also posting the links right there for you.
If you are worried about shipping, I just want to remind you, everything here tonight is between 75 and 90% off of retail. So you are getting amazing deals on things that we really love. So that's the party bonus, is like literally never in my lifetime will I ever be able to bring you things like this at a price. Like Tibetan quartz bracelets for $15, like it's no.
No.
They're hand strung, they're all double terminated, they're perfect quality, right? Like it's just really special. They should be. The original price on these on our website was $60. So,
and even that was good compared to other things that you can find.
It was. Robin was here when we first brought those to the website, so you're getting amazing deals, and we're really stoked for you. Okay, we can talk about all the things. It's my turn to choose, right?
Yes.
Okay, topaz. Top 10 favorite stone of mine of all time for a lot of different reasons, and we have the most beautiful pieces for you. Okay. I brought these to you directly. My friend sent them to me. I cherry picked them before he sent them for 2 reasons. One of which is they are all terminated topaz crystals, small, medium, and large. Okay. Nobody in the world has the quality of topaz crystals that he has. They are absolutely insane. Okay, like you can see the diamond, the triangular face on that one. Okay, we don't have a lot of these. I'm going to just tell you the prices. The small, these are $19. Okay, they should be about $35. The medium is $21. Again, they are crystal clear and terminated, and the large are $24.
Yes.
Okay. This is my personal piece of topaz that I have taken, again, into every ayahuasca journey I've ever done. It is the size of the large. Okay, so my piece is from the same mine. These are champagne topaz. I don't have very many of these. Topaz is one of the most protective crystals on the planet, but it's also a stone of manifestation. The clearer it is, the more powerful it is. The terminated aspect is more powerful too. Terminated crystals are complete crystals.
Yes.
They've finished their formation, okay? These are gem quality. You could cut these into the finest cut and faceted stones for jewelry. I wanted to get more for you. This, again, was one of those situations where it's like, this is all that was available. The ancient Greeks and Romans would put topaz inside of their shields because it was said to be an invisibility stone. It would prevent the enemy from being able to track you. Okay, and that was true for both civilizations. We talked about topaz the other night, and everybody was like, can you please bring us topaz? And I was like, stay tuned to Rock Talk. But we only have what we have.
Did you know that topaz was first found by the Romans on the island of Topazios in the Red Sea? So that's where it was first found, and hence the name topaz.
Show it to you without spilling them all over the floor.
And what I think is so funny is did you know that without the element fluorine, you would not have topaz?
Talk more about that.
So yeah, as like the earth around it is solidifying, the inclusion of fluorine into it in the final stages of that solidification is actually what turns the natural earth around it into that topaz crystal.
These are the medium ones, by the way, guys. And the medium one is a perfect size because you should carry it in your pocket every day. Mm-hmm. It's such an important protection stone. Like I said, it is literally top 10 for me. I have topaz in almost every room of my house. It's the number one stone I give as a gift to anyone because, again, it's for protection, it's for peace. And then these are the little ones, but I think the little ones are equally beautiful. If that's more on your budget, this is a perfect size for you.
And what's really cool is because this is champagne topaz.
Yes.
It's not as orange as that imperial that you're gonna have. It's not as pink as your pink topaz is.
Right.
So that's why they call it champagne topaz. And to make champagne topaz, not only does it need that fluorine, but it needs aluminum in there. So it's a mixture of fluorine.
And aluminum is in one of our favorite abundance and manifestation stones.
It's what makes the yellow and citrine.
It sure is.
So it's really cool
That's why it's a manifestation stone.
When you can cross stones with those trace elements.
Yep.
And it goes back to the research I've been really focusing on lately is my goal through my life is to be able to branch the scientific world and the metaphysical world through the science showing why one lines up to the other.
Well, I think that's what you do.
That's my life.
I think she is that bridge. Those are the 3 sizes, by the way. Mm-hmm. So there's the small, the medium, and the large. Are you guys getting one? If you don't have champagne topaz, I will just tell you because I source topaz for a living. There is no finer quality.
No.
This is as clear as it gets. This is the best price you will find. You'll find chunks. They're not clear and they're not terminated. I wanted to bring you for Rock Talk. We're trying to bring you like really the best specimens you can find, and so this is as good and as clear as it gets. Yeah. So it's different from imperial, and it's different from the blue, and it's different from the pink. Topaz is sort of like tourmaline, right? It does grow in a variety of colors. The reason I was showing you my personal piece is the champagne is my favorite. When I have a choice of tourmaline or of topaz crystals, I always choose the champagne. And part of it is the imperial is really beautiful, but this for me reminds me, it has a diamond-like quality to it. There's just something, and I love diamonds, so there's a frequency to this that reminds me of diamonds. But topaz is a very hard stone. It's very durable. I know you're getting a large. The large is the one we do have the least quantity of. Yeah, and actually the small, and then the large, and then the medium. So if you want a small one, you should probably hustle bustle. We have under 2 dozen of the small size. Aren't they beautiful? Yeah, keep the questions coming. Hillary got a medium. Amanda said, thank you for talking about topaz. What do you think about the colored topaz? What are the different colors enhance? That's a great question too. So the imperial, obviously because it's orange, goes more to the sacral chakra. The blue, so the natural blue is a very light blue.
Yeah.
When you see the dark blue, like the London blue, that's heated. And I'm not against heating our stones, but if I can get them not heated, I
would prefer
it. You know what I mean? Because heating is sort of like microwaving your food, is the way I describe it. Do you still eat it? Yes. Does it still have the same level of nutrients? No. You know what I mean? So it's like, maybe that's a weird analogy, but that's always how I think about it.
It's right. It's right. I mean, I prefer natural stones over any type of altered.
Yeah.
Unless it's an aura treatment. And that is simply because
Me too.
When you aura treat something, you're actually molecularly bonding. You're not painting, you're not changing by covering it up.
It's almost an enhancement, don't you? I mean, I think.
Yeah.
The properties. Right?
Yeah, so you're just adding to it. You're not really taking away.
Yeah. We're big fans of aura. I know some of you don't like aura, and that's okay. Like I always say, we don't have to agree, but I do love it. So smoky topaz is the same as champagne. This is smoky. It's just a different name, so you can think of it that way. You got 2 of the large ones. I love that. Yeah, so gridding, and Dara brings up a great point. These are a great size to grid with. And topaz is again, we go back to the ancients, and you can read my book, Crystal Lore, Legends, and Myths, because I go into a lot of the stories, and topaz is in there. Topaz is mentioned in the Bible. It has that crazy lineage. It's thought to be protective, but it also has manifestation and healing properties too. So there's a reason. Everybody who's close to me, if you said, what are the crystals Athena's given you? There's not a single person who would say they didn't get a piece of topaz from me. It's very important.
So the very first time I went to a gem show with you guys, and you're like, I want to get you something. And I ended up getting a bi-colored terminated topaz. Remember that piece?
I do.
I that is still like on my shelf, and I keep it.
Just because we're here.
Because I love it so much.
I want to show you guys, because one of my teachers, I might do this during our show just because it's kind of fun. We're here in my house, and when we're at the shop, I won't have all this to show you. One of my teachers, maybe this is where the tradition started, got me this. I know.
Oh.
Swing.
Wing.
That is from one of my teachers.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that rad? It reminds me of the piece that you got, because it was bicolor, and it did have, I mean, this isn't really bicolored, but it goes from the clear to the very champagne. Yeah. I mean, you know, this isn't a perfect piece, like it's chipped on the side and stuff, but it has so much meaning to me because it was a gift.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? So it kind of helps you to see it's fun to show these pieces to you and give them a new life. But do you see how different some people are like, how do you tell topaz from quartz? Topaz has this flat termination on the top. So where your quartz is going to have a pointed termination. So that's because they're like, how do you know that's not quartz, right? Isn't that cool?
Topaz is also harder than quartz.
Sure is.
On the Mohs scale.
Again, we know that harder things are not necessarily better. But, and we can say that here at Rock Talk. It is perfect. It is a treasure to me. Yeah. Really, really special. Okay, well that's fun. I got to give you topaz. One of my favorite stones of all time. I think now one of my other top 10 of all time is here tonight too. We're not quite there yet. We'll get there. I'm waiting for my moment. Robin knows. Because I'm not gonna be able to shut up when we get there. Okay.
It's also why I'm not picking it.
Yeah, well you can. I'm just, I'm gonna need a minute to breathe. Okay, where are we going now, girl?
Okay, we're gonna go to one of my all-time favorite.
I'm using my intuition to see if I can anticipate where you're going.
Combinations of stone.
Do it.
Within one piece.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So I have been in love with this combination of stones for years and years.
She has.
And I mean, I have it in like so many different shapes.
It doesn't get any better than that.
But we have it in a bowl for you today. And this is a combination of lepidolite, smoky quartz, and pink tourmaline.
In a bowl.
Bowl. And I mean, they're not small. The bowls are not small.
And they're heavy AF.
Yes.
This one is under $25. This is where it gets crazy, okay? Our regular price was $99, and the one that she's holding is $29.75.
Yes.
It is. So this is the anti-anxiety stone with the heart opener and the protection stone all in one.
It's what I need.
Every day, all day long.
Because I have severe anxiety, and the lepidolite is actually a crystallized form of lithium. And so that is what they put in your anti-anxiety meds, is that lithium. The Native Americans used to take it and grind it up and then put it on their skin, and it would actually absorb that lithium through their skin to help them with their anxiety.
Because your skin's the biggest organ on your body, right? So, yeah.
And then
I know. The price is fucking looking insane.
And then with the smoky quartz, and I mean, on this one you can see the huge chunks of the smoky.
Can you guys see that?
All the way through
you
it.
Can, and look at that. It's like a whole vein of smoky. And then you can actually see the hexagonal, because smoky quartz is a hexagonal mineral. You can actually see the hexagons on it. And then the pink, that bright pink, is little bars of pink tourmaline that have grown into.
This one actually has the bar where you can see it.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Let's see if I can show you.
Yeah. Do you see the bar of pink tourmaline right there where my thumbnail is? Like it literally is growing out, and then all of that is like a river of smoky quartz. So you might say, well, why would I want a bowl? And I you know, for me, I'm like, what? And the size difference is subtle, but there is a size difference. And again, look how thick they are. If you don't have a gemstone bowl, first of all, this is the best incense burner. Like all you do.
Were you going for that too?
2 steps ahead of me. I love that it's in a little paper Dixie cup. This is actually what we used for ayahuasca ceremony. We drink it out of Dixie cups. I know it's a little whatever. So they can be, your Dixie cups can be very magical. So what you do is you just take a pinch, because our incense blends are made with mako powder, which is an incendiary agent. So you don't have to put it on a charcoal disc, and then you just light it. And there's nothing more heat proof than a natural stone. Right?
Yeah.
So you light your incense in there. Just get the edge of it lit, and look. Isn't that rad?
Oh, it smells so good.
So first of all, it's the best incense burner you'll ever use. I like to keep pink Himalayan salt crystals and just keep it on my altar, because you can burn incense. Oh my god.
I turned mine into a bedside altar.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you put in?
I have one of these bowls. And I put in sodalite chipstones and amethyst chipstones within there. And then I put an amethyst stalactite sitting on top. And then I have anointed the whole thing with our Rev perfume.
Oh, that's nice.
So for me, that's what I have next to my bed to help me sleep, because I have a hard time sleeping.
I think a lot of us have a hard time sleeping. So lepidolite near your bed will help. Again, within 2 feet of you, right? So right on your bedside table, it's going to be impacting your energy field directly, and so that's how you work with stones like this. Okay. The team is reminding you, almost everything in this sale, you need your code, Magic75. When you go to sagegoddess.com, again, watch us. We're so happy you're here. Open a separate tab. You're like, I want to get that bowl at that crazy price. It is insane. We're never going to have $25 lepidolite, pink tourmaline, and smoky quartz bowls ever again in history. Okay.
Yeah. The regular price on the small one is $99. The regular price on the large one is $119.
Yeah. Again, these are hand carved and they're heavy. Like you're going to get this and go, holy shit, she wasn't kidding. Like this is really, really heavy, because it's completely solid. It's not hollow, right? These are solid all the way through. So have a separate tab open so that you can purchase and check out. Okay. Your code is going to work on this. There's a very few items where your code is not going to work, and the reason is we already took the discount off. Those are brand new stones that we just brought in for you, so we're really excited. But in the case of, for example, the Diaspora tonight, that's not 75% off. That's over 100% off. I'm not kidding. Okay, so where your discount code is not working tonight, you're getting more than 75% off. Does that make sense? I mean, I promise you the prices tonight, you're going to be so happy that you're here. So you can come and hang out and just learn. You don't have to buy anything. We're just stoked that you're here. This is a new format for us, and are you liking it?
I'm loving it.
Like it.
I'm loving it.
It just feels kind of, like and because we're talking about fewer things tonight, it gives us a little more time
to actually talk about the stories.
Or like light the incense, right? So we can show you not just what something is, but how we would use it. You're not getting free shipping because your stones are 175% off, Heather. I would love to be the Wizard of Oz and be able to give you free shipping on top of a crazy price, but I have to be able to take care of my employees and do all the things. So unfortunately, free shipping is something I can't do, but the prices you're getting, I promise you, compensate for your shipping. Promise you. 1,000%. I love that. She's like, I can't believe I went grocery shopping and forgot it was Rock Talk. Well, here's the thing. So the nice thing is this is going to be 3 to 5 on Fridays. our goal is to start the weekend with you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing it really in an exciting way because it's just Diet Coke. But whatever. Later we'll have something that would be more appropriate. But we want to start your weekends with you. And so instead of doing this like every other Tuesday for 3 hours or 3.5 hours, which was a lot, they were like marathons, we're doing it every week, but for 2 hours. And it's going to be brand new stuff. And then, like I said, always hangout time and lots of time to answer your questions too. I love that Lydia said she's sitting here having her second dirty martini.
I want one.
I love the olives that are stuffed with feta cheese.
The blue cheese.
The blue cheese is amazing.
Oh my gosh. So
Then you get to the feta ones and you're like, how did I live without this?
Oh my gosh, I know. I've been making my own martinis at home, and because I have to, and I make gin martinis, which is because I'm a gin girl.
What kind of gin do you like?
I like a lot of different types of gin,
yeah.
And like so far,
is it Hendrix? I'm not a big gin person, but I hear that that's the best one.
So that one is really good.
Is it Tanqueray? Yeah.
Yeah, but I also like the Bombay Sapphire.
Oh, Bombay Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I make them
I want a martini.
A couple different ways, but I use the blue cheese or the feta stuffed olives always.
Yep.
And then I use orange bitters in it, so it gives a
No.
Yes. So it is the gin, it is the vermouth, and then it's orange bitters.
She's a really good cook, and I'm so not surprised that she's got the. Okay, can we make these at the shop?
Well, yeah, we just have to get the stuff.
Okay, so we need orange bitters. Now, do you take the olive juice and put it in your gin?
Not so much because it's a little overpowering at that time.
Okay.
And so I like having that little orange hint.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But what's really good is when you can candy some lemon peel and put that in as well.
Okay, why did this not happen? You know what we should do? I think you and I should choose a cocktail. And I think we should start each Rock Talk with something. And it doesn't always have to be alcoholic. It could be a mocktail.
A mocktail.
Can we do that?
Yes.
Let's come up with recipes. Would you guys like to know the recipes in advance? I think that would be kind of cool. And then maybe we always have a cocktail version and a mocktail version, because you could easily, so if you're going to make a mocktail out of that, how would you do it?
If I was going to make a mocktail out of that.
Like just Perrier maybe with some...
I would probably do like a Perrier, but because gin is floral.
Yeah.
So you'd want to have kind of a little bit more of a floral, like
maybe some rose water in it, or some
a little bit of that, or and then I would definitely put in a little splash of like orange juice in it, just to give it that little bit of a spice.
I'm kind of here for this. I honestly, like, we didn't talk about this in advance, but she's sitting here and I'm like halfway drooling out of the side of my mouth. Like, now I want a gin martini with dirty. I just want everything dirty, and then I want orange in it. Super smart, Robin. Okay, well, we'll work on this. I love that you're here with us on a Friday night. I really do. I hope you guys are getting ready for a good weekend. And we wanted to finish by 5 so that you guys can go and do dinner. Like, it's late Eastern time. We used to go till 6:30 Pacific, and I'm like, holy shit, it's 9:30 where y'all are, some of you, and it's late. So, yeah, Kristen actually is one of the people who taught me about Trader Joe's and the candied orange, and also Gelson's, where we live, has candied orange peel. It's so easy and cheap to make.
Go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Get their limeade.
Okay.
That limeade is the best limeade I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Just do. You want it simple and dirty?
Yeah.
Gin and limeade.
Oh, really?
Over ice.
Okay.
Simple.
She just made it easy.
And
because I love lime, like anything lime.
That limeade is the best if you've not tried it.
Is it tart? It's like nice and tart. Yeah. Okay. Note to Rachel. Or to Rachel. She's gonna be stocking our refrigerator. This is gonna be happening for us. Okay, well, anyway, so we'll make a mocktail version too, because I'm sensitive to that. Well, some people are in recovery, but they want to play, and so we'll figure out a mocktail version for you. Okay.
And just wait till if you want to get trashed, drink.
What the kids now call the benders. The benders. I don't know if that's an old word, but that's the word I hear now. Like, oh, dude, bro, benders. So yeah, Jill McCoy says, noted. Okay.
Awesome. Where are we going next?
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm responsible for these labradorite third eye stones, so I'm gonna go here because I do love them so much. Oh, did you hear our whole cocktail conversation?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay. We'll brief you on it afterward.
Yes,
Is Paxton somewhere with a muzzle?
He is with the boys.
No, he's with the boys. Yeah, poor Paxton. We tease him about being one of the boys. Paxton just wants to be with everybody. You know what I mean? I was joking about a muzzle. Paxton is the least muzzled animal on the
I
planet.
love him.
Honestly, he's so good. The story of Paxton, by the way, in case you don't know, so when my ex left, he took our dog with him, and I didn't know that was going to happen. So like, I completely freaked out because it was my high school friend who found the dog, and I loved Bodhi so much. So anyway, I don't get to see Bodhi anymore. And so one of our community members, Betsy, who's my friend, runs a shelter and on the East Coast in Atlanta. So she messages me with a picture and says, "Oh my God, I found Bodhi's doppelganger, and he needs a home." Super tiny, right? I mean, he was like 8 pounds at the time. He looked just like Bodhi, okay? And my heart was so broken, and she knew it. But I'm like, how do I get him home from Atlanta? And she's like, don't worry. There's something called there's a service, right? So they fly. There's a nanny who flies your puppy across the country. You pay for her airfare and you pay her for her time. But it was very affordable. She was a college student. And so anyway, long story short, flight nanny and I met with the kids at baggage claim at LAX with Paxton. And I mean, sight unseen, right? But he turned out to be the biggest blessing. So Paxton has completely healed my heart. He's 2.5 years old, and he's just the goodest boy. So always adopt, don't shop, save a life. Little Paxton would not have made it if it wasn't for us flying him out here, and he's so happy and so grateful and such a free soul. So anyway, that's my little spiel, and always adopt your animals.
Yes.
Okay, so I believe that we have 2 seeing eyes and 1 knowing eye called the third eye, okay? And when you see representations of Shiva, there's always what's called Shiva's eye, right? And for me, labradorite is such a stone of vision and inner sight and all of these things. Okay, so I found a source, and they're all hand carved in India, one by one, and they're done at certain holidays and certain moon phases to represent the eye of Shiva. Okay, we don't have a lot of these. They are $6.75 for hand carved labradorite eye of Shiva. And what I will tell you is, I mean, for me, it's a meditation stone. They all have the flash in them. You could certainly take them and have them made into jewelry. I think it would make an amazing cuff. Can you imagine?
What's really cool is most of these, the quality is so high that when you hold it up, it's actually translucent, where you can see through the stone.
They are, yeah. And like this one has more of a peach flash in it. I'm trying to show it to you in a way that you can see it.
Labradorite is such a special stone. I mean, it has its own name after it, labradorescence. So that sheen that you're seeing, the color play that you are seeing, is called labradorescence, and that was named simply because of the colors that play off of labradorite.
I'm trying, y'all. It's not easy. There we go. I know Robin and I we'll have our old Robin approved cameras when we get back to SG. So we're just kind of like on the fly here and home. Do you see it? They all have that flash. Yeah. So labradorite is the stone of the new moon.
Yes.
It is new intentions, new visions. That's why I love it in a Shiva eye form. But these are the last of the hand carved Shiva eyes that we have in labradorite. So if you want one, this is it. The other thing, you guys know I love this too. I love to craft. And I make wands where I attach the stones. We've done it together before in like free classes. This would be beautiful if you're making a third eye wand.
Oh, yes.
With some sapphires and some, what else would you put on it? I mean, God.
On the third eye one, I would have to do, like, if I was doing this, I would have this in the center.
Really clear here, to your point.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd have this one in the center, and then I would have like sapphires, iolites. I would definitely throw in some lapis to go up and down.
Blue aventurine would be another one I would throw in there for intuition. How could we forget tanzanite?
Oh, you have to have tanzanite.
You have to have tanzanite is the other like ultimate third eye stone. Is purple lab the rarest? Kind of. Yeah, I mean it's the flash that you see the least. And remember, like, that's more what you see in spectralite, because spectralite shows the whole
color
spectrum. Labradorite tends to show you the blues, greens, golds, and then with spectralite you'll see like more of, like, the red, orange, you know, and then into the purple, pink.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys love labradorite. I do too. My ring somewhere. Oh, here it is. I don't have this for you tonight, so don't drool. But remember these, the scarab rings.
Those are so cool.
This is my one of my favorite rings we've ever done at SG. If I ever get the chance, my fingers are swollen today.
If you get the chance, I would buy one of those.
I think there's about like 1,000 people who are pissed because I wear it every new moon and we don't have it, and they're just like, what a jerk you are to keep showing that ring. And I'm like, I know. I'll show you the ring though, because it is truly one of my favorite things we've designed.
But this is one of the things I love about our adjustable rings.
Yeah.
Is
They're in the camera.
for people like us, where it's like when our body's acting up and our
Yeah.
fingers swell, we can just adjust it to make it fit.
If your fingers don't swell, I'm so happy for you, but
Right?
mine do. By the way, this is my diaspora ring, and I wore it because I have stories to tell you when we get to Zol tonight. But yeah, that's a ring you can't have. Sorry, that was really shitty of me. But you could take this and make a ring out of it. I will try to make that ring again.
That would be kind of cool. Like
It would
if
be
it was
rad.
just like that.
Or a cuff, like I said, like, you know,
Oh, that would be an awesome cuff.
this would be an awesome cuff.
Or even just like
A
this
third eye
across.
crown would be really rad. What is with Paxton today? I swear, you know, like he'll be quiet for the rest of the night, but while y'all are here, he's gonna
He's
gonna
excited.
get up on it. So congratulations! If you got one, let us know. It's really fun to see what you're getting. And like I said, this is one of those 75% off items. So when you check out with this one, you want to make sure you use your code Magic75, and then you'll save. That was your first crystal, DJ? You know what? Like, not to make y'all crazy, but I really would like to know what your first crystal was. Do you guys know what mine was? Pop quiz. It was in I wrote about it in Crystalpedia. Do you know what my first crystal was? And also, what was your first crystal? And were you hooked? Some people weren't hooked. I was hooked. I was like, wait a minute, what sorcery is this? I think I was 6 or 7. My parents, we couldn't afford like, you know, huge vacations. We always did road trips, and also they didn't like to fly. So we would go on really short trips to like Santa Barbara or like San Diego or whatever. We went into a tourist shop, and you know, everybody else is looking at whatever they're looking at, and I see one of those bins where you like scoop for $1.
I
Oh,
loved those.
it was game over. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
I was always the kid that
Look
was.
at this. Amethyst. And I do
Yes.
know that mine was amethyst.
Yes, I was the kid that was always in like where the rocks were, and
Yeah.
that's what I was always looking at, and
Yeah.
like I was digging in the earth to try to see.
What was your first?
Pyrite.
Pyrite. I mean, I think that's probably, mine is common. I think that's another probably common one because it looks like gold. You're a Leo.
Mhm.
Like, we're going to be magnetized to that.
Well, it's the one.
Um,
It's the one I stole from my dad's collection, and then he told me how to give it back when I was
Yeah,
really
she's-
little.
She's lucky because she grew up, you know, around
My dad.
stones. Yeah.
My dad had a crystal collection, and he absolutely loved it. And I would always get in trouble because I would go in and pull it out and take a look through everything.
Can you
And
imagine?
And then after like the 25th time of his pyrite being missing, he just gave it to me.
At some point you give up. You're like, listen, this kid's not going to give me back my stuff. So I love this. So look, Chicken Wing said mine was Tiger's Eye. Catherine's was Ruby. We've had a couple of turquoise folks, which that's another cool one too, especially if you got, you know, the good turquoise, like
Yes.
the Kingman turquoise and some of the non-stabilized stuff from the Southwest. Like you've got a treasure on your hands. Lapis that your Oma left you. I
Oh,
love
rainbow
that.
moonstone.
Yeah. I saw quite a bit of fluorite too, which that doesn't surprise me because fluorite has all the colors and it's
Yeah.
banded, which might be a good segue into our
Oh yes.
into our generators
For sure.
because, I'm not directly responsible for this being here, but partly responsible for this being here. Do you have the flashlight? Because I do want to show you. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. You want to talk about it, and then I'll show it.
Well, yeah. So these are really cool. This is
These are rad.
this is a mix of purple and yellow fluorite, and I would have to say Athena and I are on the same page with this,
Oh my
where
God, you guys.
when purple and yellow go together, we drool.
It is my favorite fluorite.
And so what's really cool about that is you can see the banding.
Look at that, you guys.
It's not just in chunks, but right here on this piece,
Yeah.
you can actually see like how the formation is. And then on the other side,
You want me to turn it this way? Which way?
right here,
Okay.
look at that right there. You can see the structure of the purple and the yellow going into it.
It
And
almost
that's
looks like a butterfly, you guys, on
Mhm.
this piece. Do you
Yeah.
see that?
so that piece is really cool. And they
And
all
look at just the tip.
it's just the tip.
Sorry.
But what's really
Not
cool
sorry.
is
We have 3 sizes of these, by the way, and they all have that intense purple and that intense yellow, which, by the way, the yellow is for money.
Mhm.
Yellow fluorite is one of the most important abundance stones. The price on these is insane. Let me just tell you really quick, and I'm going to leave it to Robin. The small is $7.25.
because you can use your 75% off code on these. Even though today is the first day they've been on our website.
Yeah.
I was
They're
like,
brand new on sagegoddess.com.
They're brand
And they're
new.
75% off. $7, $9, and $12 on sale.
these were priced to not get the 75%. And then I was like, nope, 75%.
She did it, you guys. Now I'm gonna tell you, we have 20 of one size, 13 of another. Are you guys getting this? If you do not have a fluorite generator in your collection, I just promise you, you are not gonna find one that is more beautiful. The quality of these is insane. I don't know, these both, look at this, looks like boobs. They both have just purple tips. Sorry, it's not appropriate.
What's really cool
This
is,
one is not a boob.
you know how that one looks like a butterfly?
Yes.
Did you know that all
Look at that.
fluorite honor the Aztec goddess? It's Papalotl.
I did not know that.
She's the butterfly goddess, and what's
I
really
love that so
cool
much.
is she's the butterfly goddess, and she represents the beautiful world. That's what she represents
gorgeous.
and brings in. But what's also cool about her is whenever you see her, she's adorned in bones and body parts because she's all about that
Sounds like
feminine
Kali.
strength and power.
Sounds like Kali, doesn't it?
So not only does this one have a butterfly on it, fluorite represents her.
We don't know how long the 75% sale is going to go on, but it is not going on forever.
Yeah.
So, but I will tell you, most of the things tonight, we've gotten word from our team, like if they're not sold out already, are selling out. So if there's something you see tonight, you should get it. I would not wait until you find out that the sale is ending. I would check out, especially like these. We have very few.
Yeah. What's really cool about fluorite is one of the stones that was known to be found on Pangea. So it was known and seen in its full fluorite form
Incredible, you guys.
back
You got a
when
large, Randy. That's so
back when
beautiful.
we were still part of Pangea. And then as everything broke apart, it stayed on every single part. So you will find fluorite on every continent in the world. And so that's one thing that I think is really cool about that stone.
Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, I'm showing you with the flashlight because I want you to see. And if you have a light stand, like I definitely think you should put it to good use with these. No, I'm not looking for disco lights, flashlight. There we go. But they're beautiful without. I just want you to see. And then my other party bonus favorite thing about yellow and purple fluorite is that you will also see pink. That at the bridge between the yellow and the purple, it turns into this magenta, and I can't explain that to you. But like I said, yellow fluorite is one of the top 10 stones for manifesting wealth and abundance, and then purple is the spiritual fluorite. Fluorite is always about your soul's path, right? So creating the wealth that's associated with your path and experiencing the spiritual transformation that's associated with your path. But those two are boobies. Because I'm 9 years old. And they have purple nipples.
I had to bring out my super high powered.
She did.
I wanted you to see it.
Get it, Robin. So you guys made that transition there for us. I love that. Are there other things that you're seeing on sagegoddess.com that you want us to talk about? We may not have time to get to every single thing tonight. There's definitely some things we are going to get to tonight,
Yes.
for sure. But if there's something that you're seeing, like while you're shopping, Some of you are checking out with the other new items that are in tonight's sale. So if there's something that you're purchasing and you're like, please talk about this, we are here for it. We are here for you. Chrissy's like, I had to have one. Oh, I love that. Rebecca said my 11-year-old just got a good chunk of pyrite off of me.
Yay!
We can't say no to our kids, right? When the kids are like, but I really love that, like your dad.
Well,
You know?
I have learned, and I have this really cool wooden chest
Yeah.
that actually that opens up like, you know, the pirate treasure chest, and it has a map of the world on top. And I open it up, and it's filled with tumbled and natural stones.
Really?
Like it's like a little treasure chest. And
That's
so
cool.
whenever there's like kids around, I always open it up and I let them take something.
Yeah, can you imagine when Dio gets older?
Oh, he's already gonna have so many stones.
Yeah, he's our kids are not hurting for stones. It's funny, stones are not my kids' medicine though. Like they're, you know, kids have their own way.
Mhm.
Stones were my first entrance into the world of magic. You know, I got my first job so that I could buy a book, 2 books, and one of them was about stones. So, and at the time when I was 15 and getting into metaphysics, there weren't a lot of gem and mineral books. You know, the first one really was Melody's Love is in the Earth, which is still, of all the books, including mine, because I love Robert Simmons' books, I love Judy Hall's books, right? I love my books. I still think Melody's book is the sweetest because it was really the first comprehensive book ever written about gems and minerals. Do any of you have Love is in the Earth? It doesn't have photographs, which is what people don't like about it, but you have to remember, like, this book was kind of pre-digital photography,
Yeah.
so that she didn't really have the ability to do that, but she was such a good channel for the metaphysical properties of the stones. So as an author about crystals, I stand on big shoulders, and Melody is definitely one of my favorites. Now, when you try to get Love is in the Earth, it's like $300 or $400 because it's out of print, and so it's very expensive. The blue terra quartz. Okay, yeah, let's jump to that because that is one of the new items tonight. I want to talk about that. Wait till you hear. This is an amalgam mineral, meaning there's multiple minerals in one. Robin will lead, and it's 3 that you need.
Yeah, so these are beautiful, and the thing that's so cool about this is the color transition inside of them is very gentle.
Yep.
It's a very nice.
Let me get you the up close camera so you can show them. Yeah.
It's hard
You
for me
guys
to
see
reach,
it? Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You want the righty?
I'm learning how to turn the disco off. So I want to show it to you without washing it out. I'm going to show you the 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
So these are a very light, kind of a cornflower blue color of inclusion.
And
okay?
that is simply because of
These are
what,
sterling silver.
Yeah, of course, sterling silver. And what makes that is because the inclusions in them aren't the full stone. It's a fibrous form of all 3 of the inclusions.
Which is?
Blue tourmaline, lithium, and manganese.
The rarest tourmaline is indicolite, and that's what's in here.
Yes.
Plus magnesium, which keeps you from going crazy, and lithium, which balances your brain. Like, holy shit. In quartz, in sterling silver, that's what we're calling the blue terra.
Well,
these are, the pricing on these, Robin, do you know the prices on these?
Well, the
On our website? I don't know. You guys will have to double check.
Oh yeah, the pricing on these, because these are not a 75% off.
Yeah.
So we have the small is $49, the medium is $59, and the large is $69.
And we have 16 and about 3 dozen of this size. We are sold out.
We just sold out of the
Okay.
blues.
Yeah, the large is gone.
Or of the large.
So the original price on this one was $84, and the original price on, actually no, I'm sorry, it was over that. It was like $130. So I think you're getting it. 49 is like what percentage of 130? This is a really, remember, it's the rarest color of tourmaline on the planet. So if you want a really rare, really rare pendant,
Yes.
certainly the rarest thing we have for you tonight, this is it.
Yeah, and so
we have these 2 sizes left.
And then also, it brings in, the reason why it's called Blue Terra is because of the idea of the Blue Terra. The Blue Terra in Tibetan Buddhism is the all-seeing goddess.
I'm going to show these to you on my neck so you can kind of see for size. So I like the small, to be honest. Like, daily wear, I probably would wear the small.
Yeah.
Because if you look at my pendants that I tend to wear every single day, they tend to be this size.
Yeah.
But this is the medium. And it's good too. It's not like you're going to go wrong. But I would probably gravitate toward the smaller size for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Are they pretty? So intuition and inner knowing, because that's indicolite, really powerful. We almost don't even talk about indicolite when we talk about intuition because we never have
It's
it.
so rare.
It's hard to get. Magnesium relaxes the central nervous system and relaxes your muscle system, so it's really important for your body. And then lithium, which we already talked about with her obsession with lepidolite, which I share, is for
Anti-anxiety.
your brain.
Yeah.
So this should be with you every single day.
It helps you calm down.
Yeah. CTFO. Yeah, I'm so, I love it. Jill said her melody book has pictures. I think it's probably like an updated edition. It's so rad that you have it. And it's bigger than mine. I have the old paperback. It's like torn to shreds and dog-eared and all my notes from when I was very young learning about crystals. So anyway, isn't it gorgeous? The website's being slow. Be patient with it. It's worth waiting for. It's because y'all are
on it.
y'all are getting your goodies. Listen, you're savvy shoppers. I know you. I trust that you can do this. And I love that you have the book. A lot of you have it. I think it's so great. If you don't have it, it's one that I do recommend if you're able to get a copy of it. One of my clients told me she happened to be in the Pacific Northwest and went into a bookstore that she happened upon, and she never owned that book, and walked in and there was a copy of it there, and I'm like, she's like, should I get it? And I'm like, how fast can you get that thing off the shelf and check out? And if it's under $200, like, right? I know you said you wish you could like comments on YouTube. I know. Well, you're liking them in spirit. I think that's sweet. But yeah, just be patient with the feed. I know it's hard when, or be patient with the website as people are checking out, but it's worth it. You'll get all the goodies that you're meant to get.
Yeah.
So my favorite stone is sapphire. We do have a necklace for you. We just did one. I know, I do too. And the price on these is just farking nuts, everybody.
Well, you have a necklace and a bracelet.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. We don't have a lot of them. It's just a few dozen of each one. They are. So we can almost make a song out of it, okay? Because sapphire grows in every color except red, because when it's red, it's ruby. So welcome to corundum.
Look how sparkly they are.
These are absolutely gorgeous pieces of jewelry, you guys. So this is the bracelet. The bracelet, which is sapphire plus blue sapphire and yellow sapphire plus ruby.
Mm-hmm.
The necklace has green sapphire plus blue sapphire, gold sapphire, and then the ruby. So you're going to see, now there's a little bit of green in this bracelet too. It's mostly red, yellow, and blue, but you're going to see a lot more of the red, yellow, green, and blue in the necklace, okay? The bracelet is $12.50. What? And the necklace is $20. The necklace is over $100 for us, our price.
The clasp
regular
is
price.
$925 silver.
It absolutely is. I'm trying to put it on myself, which is not easy.
You want help?
Kinda. Here. So sapphire is my number one most favorite stone of all time. And I'm gonna do two things at once. It is the stone of wisdom. So as a teacher, it is my favorite. I mean, I always have it on both hands all the time, because what I do for a living is I teach, and have for my whole life since I was 22. I've been teaching, and so that is the blue is sapphire, the red is ruby. Again, these are both corundum, but corundum breaks down into the ruby and sapphire family, and then the gold sapphire, which is about your strength, your inner strength, and the green is the medical intuitive stone.
Yeah.
Learning how to heal from any physical challenges that you have. And then the necklace, so this is what the necklace looks like. Which, by the way, you can like string it a couple, I'm like so excited.
She's
It's my favorite
July Leo, ruby is my birthstone. So anything ruby, I love.
It's so good.
But I also love sapphire because sapphire is my son's birthstone.
He's got reasons. And if it's your birthstone, whatever. I'm jealous. I'm not really jealous of September babies because a lot of you are Virgos, and that's it's hard to be you. Here, I'm just gonna show it to them. Isn't it pretty?
I love it because it's a little bit longer, so it's like it's not going to be up here. You're gonna have
18 inches.
Mm-hmm. No, that's actually 20.
Oh, is it 20?
It's a 20.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. Because what I want to do with it is
make it an anklet. You can.
Here, look. I'm making it in some weird yoga pose so I can show you this. Isn't that rad?
That is so cool.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Let me not fall over. I'm going to hold on to the camera for a second. Yay! Isn't that cute?
No,
so
I
yes,
want to do that.
I know. You can do an anklet out of it. I think that's rad. That's my other anklet from Zoe for Mother's Day this year, but isn't that cute? Boop! So you can, break the rules. The other thing you can do is wrap it around your wrist and make it into a bracelet.
Yeah.
Again, the necklace is, I can't even believe
it's
that
only
it's just $20. It's insane. Over $100 anywhere else you would go.
Oh, yeah.
How many times I can wrap it around my wrist? I have small wrists, though, so it's not...
I love it because corundum is one of the hardest stones on the planet. Yeah, it's not as hard as diamond, but it is right there next to it. And, again, the chromium is what makes it red. And the chromium is also what makes the red glow under a black light. So the more chromium, the more it's going to glow. To get the blue, you need titanium and iron.
The necklace is so good.
The green, you need vanadium.
Yep.
The yellow is just iron. And the purple is iron and vanadium. So as you can see, it's just those little bit of trace elements that are in there that is going to give you all those different colors. And that's why in some pieces you can actually see multi-colors within that stone.
And it is, so I will tell you, it's 7 inches for the bracelet, which is a standard size bracelet, right? I mean, I have a 6-inch wrist and it's fitting me well. It's going to come down a little bit further on my hand, but I like that. You know what I mean? So it depends on how you are. If you're an 8-inch, it might not be exactly the right fit for you. But again, you're not going to get a ruby sapphire bracelet for $12.50 before the holidays. So I know it sounds weird, but we're going to tell you this all year long. While we have these crazy prices on things, like, you should get some holiday gifts.
Yeah.
You'll be so glad you did when it comes holiday time and you're like, oh, and by the way too, most of your pendants will fit on this necklace.
Yes.
So take your magician pendant and put it on this as your chain.
You sure can.
Isn't that beautiful? Wisdom. Ruby, they say when you lose someone you love, that they go on to live in your heart as a ruby. So I always think of like my mom, when I work with rubies. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, your code is MAGIC75. If you're just joining us, so glad you're here. When you go to checkout, the code will work on everything we're showing you tonight except for like 4 items. And when it doesn't work on an item, it's because you're actually getting more than 75% off, including the next item we're going to talk to you about, which is my favorite item of tonight, just because I have such a personal connection to it and I've wanted to bring it to you forever. When I was able to source it for you, which was about 3 months ago, right when I got Sage Goddess back, I literally was in tears, like, oh my God, I've wanted to bring this to you for a decade. I do want to do a giveaway really quick. Anybody in the mood for a giveaway? Because we just talked about ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this pair of earrings. It's a handmade earring. It's made of copper. It has a ruby in the top right here. And then it has 3 quartz points. I'm wearing one of them, but I can only wear one earring. So I thought it'd be a cute giveaway to give you the other earring and let you be my earring twin. So you are only getting one earring as the giveaway, but I'm going to keep the other one. And then when you wear yours, I want you to think about me. And when I wear mine, I'll think about you. Isn't that beautiful?
That's awesome.
That's the back of the earring. And it's a lever back, which is my favorite style because it doesn't fall out of your hole. Nobody wants something that falls out of their holes. And you can see it on me. It's nice and long. I like a long earring. I don't, if you're going to wear an earring, don't wear a little short earring is my rule. Although I'm getting pierced tomorrow and I'm doing studs, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, let me pick a winner. Do I have a mouse?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me focus. My favorite thing to do. Let's see where this one is going. I'm just watching your comments. I'm so happy you're here. Yay, earring twins. You only have one too. Okay, this one is going to Christine James. Christine James is my earring twin. Yay, Christine. I am so stoked to be an earring twin with you. So we will make sure we have your mailing address. If you're a new customer, we may not. So just all you have to do is write in. You have to go to support.sagegoddess.com and send us a note with your mailing address so that we can get this safely to you. If you've shopped on sagegoddess.com before, we have you. Congratulations! I'm so glad you saw it. I see your little purple hearts there. So you and I are going to be earring twins. Who was it who said if you get your other ear pierced, you can wear both of your earrings? I still am going to be an 80s girl and not wear 2 earrings. Even if all my holes worked, I probably still wouldn't use them.
Mine are different. And I have my chain earring here on this one, but I have my chain earring up here on this one.
Yeah.
I don't wear them the same. And this one is different from this one here.
Yeah, she's got all the cool parts pierced.
Oh yeah, I have. My friend and I, my best friend, she just had knee surgery a month ago.
Yeah.
I just had my knee surgery yesterday.
I know.
We said that when we were both healed, we were going to go in and get pierced together. So we're going to go in and we're going to get matching piercings.
I think that's really
to
neat.
celebrate healed knees.
By the way, she is on the mend, so incredible for her to be here with us today. And that's Robin. She's a Norse warrioress.
We don't get stopped.
No, but you can send good energy.
A little knee surgery
to her knee. This is why they're friends with us though, because they know we go through all the things and we we're fighters. So send her the good energy. Okay, so we're almost at time, but in some ways I think we saved the best for last.
Yes.
Okay, and like I said, there's lots of beautiful things on sagegoddess.com. We got to as many as we could. We'll save some for next time. Congratulations, by the way, on the things that you're getting. If you are here tonight, if there's only one thing that you purchased tonight, I'm going to tell you, Robin and I are going to tell you, because she loves it as much as I do. It should be the Diet Sport, also known in the marketplace as Zoltanite. Okay, that's a trade name, so we don't use it, but you might be like, isn't that Zoltanite? It is, okay? This stone comes from Turkey, from a region known as Anatolia. My dad would say Anatolia. And actually some of my ancestors are from Anatolia. So when I first experienced this stone, I had this stone set, my friend Shram set this stone for me. And it's a color change stone. Okay, it's pleochroic, meaning many colors, and it changes color under UV light, and it ranges from very light pink and orange all the way to yellow and green. It is extremely expensive. It's only found in this one place.
Yes.
What's really amazing about it, first of all, our price is barking nuts. Our price is 150% discount. Okay, so if you're like, but my code doesn't work on it, your code's not going to work on it, honey, because anywhere else you're going to go, you're going to find Diaspora. First of all, it is real. Okay, the only reason we have it at this price is because we went direct to the mine.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why. If you're like, how are you possibly giving us Diaspora at $14, $19, $24, $29? The large is $29. That is insane. Okay? That's the large. And this is the next size down before we even get into it, okay? Next size down from that. And then we have the little babies for $14. You need to get a piece. You'll have the best chance. If you want the $29 one, it's probably already sold out. Okay, so try to get a piece. Let me just tell you why you need this. Okay, have you heard of Göbekli Tepe? Okay, it is the oldest temple, the oldest megalithic structure, but the oldest temple on the planet that we know of today. Okay, this stone is from that region of Turkey. Okay, so before it was Turkey, it was Anatolia. This was the site of the first oracle, the first temple, the first priestesses, the first magic ever on the planet, and you can feel it. There's a reason I wear it. You need it in your collection, okay? The large, I'm sure, is gone. If you got one, Kim got one, holy shit. Go down to the next size. Get what you can, okay? These are gorgeous quality crystals. We got them direct from the mine. I'm just gonna tell you, and this is a big statement because Sage Goddess is turning 14 on July 25th. In the history of my work with you, this is the most important stone I will bring you. More important than sugilite, more important than uteolite, more important than anything else, okay? Your code is not gonna work, okay? You don't need a code. It is already, even Robin was like, are you sure? And I said, yes, because I want you to have it. That's how important it is to me. And she was like, Athena, it isn't anywhere on the internet at this price. And I'm like, that's okay. And so good for her, right? But also really good for you. I would say get the largest piece you can or get a couple of smaller pieces to grid with. This is the ultimate magician stone. Okay, you literally are holding a piece of one of the most important sites on our planet to this day. I have not been to Göbekli Tepe. It's on my bucket list. I am going to Greece in the fall, and I'm hoping to get to Turkey. If I can't get there, one day in my lifetime, I hope to get there. It is literally where the first priestesses did ceremony, where the first magic was ever created, where the first circles that we know of in temples to this day were ever held. It is the most sacred site on the planet to my knowledge and in my awareness. She's going to talk to you about the geological side because that's a whole other
it's so fun.
Party, okay?
Well, it's because it forms from something called bioxite. And bioxite is so cool because did you know that is the primary source of aluminum? You're not going to have aluminum without bioxite.
That's my ring, by the way.
Aluminum is, again, what makes your citrine yellow. And
that's my ring. This
is like aluminum on 2,500% is your bioxite. And it's very, very hard to come by. And then from that, you have other trace minerals in there, and that's what's giving that color change aspect to it. And with those other minerals in there, you are looking at stuff from iron to chromium to vanadium to manganese and so many others.
It's harder to see like that.
When you have it and the light hits it, even without the black light, you're going to see a green to yellow change along with some clears and then when the light hits it just right, you actually will see a little bit of like a red refraction. Then when you hit it with a black light, like she was saying, that's mixing with those trace elements, and that's what's going to get you that pink that comes out. Remember how I said in the sunlight? In the sunlight, you can get little bits of it, and that's because of the UV hitting it. When you concentrate UV,
you will literally
bring out
see
others.
it. Yeah, you will literally see it change color. So the first thing you want to do when you get it is take it outside, okay,
yes.
and get it in the sunlight, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, this is so crazy." It literally changes colors before your eyes. Mm-hmm. My ring looks very gold sitting here in this room. In different rooms of my house, it's different colors. Mm-hmm. There's a room in my house where my ring looks like an aquamarine because it's so blue. You can see, do you see how it's like gold down here and kind of like a bluish green back there? But then it will turn like pinkish orange.
Mm-hmm. So I actually took a video of some of these pieces, which if you guys want to see, I can post it on our gem group, where in the video I have it where you actually can see that color change and there's no black light on it.
Oh my god, whatever size you're getting, By the way, we do have a really fun gem and mineral group that's free to join. I teach a class where we shamanically journey with stones each month called Gem Journey. Our moderators will put all the links up for you so you can join Gem Journey if you want to learn about stones with me each month. We're working with Atlantis next week, and so I would love to have you there. And then our larger gem group, which is free, sometimes they get kind of like sneak peeks and behind the scenes. So make sure that you have at least joined our free gem and mineral group. And then if you want to learn more directly with me, you can join that as well. I'm so happy. Honestly, like I said, if there's only one thing you get tonight, I think we both agree.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have wanted to bring this to you for so long, and it took this long to bring it. And one of the things that I think is magic too, when I was able to get Sage Goddess back in March, that's when these arrived. And it was like, for me, it was a sign, because it's such a priestess stone, of like how the importance of coming back and bringing the feminine back to SG. So for me, it's been a kind of a hallmark of what it means to get back to my roots, and not just my genetic roots, right? Because again, I have lineage back to Anatolia. I'm so glad you guys had fun with us tonight. And I, no matter what you got, I mean, I literally think some of the most beautiful things we brought them in a long time have been here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been so good to be here with her, coming back and working with Robin again these last 3 months has been...
It's been fun.
One of the highlights.
It really is. It's been fun. It's just been great. It feels like we're at home.
It does feel like we're at home. Yeah, it really does. And we hope you guys feel it too. And that's part of the reason why we wanted to make these gatherings a little more informal. You'll notice we didn't talk about as many things tonight, but it's because we wanted to talk about them for longer.
Yeah, and if you guys have questions, we wanted to be able to answer them for you.
Yeah.
Like, moving forward, if you guys have like a gem question that you're just like, I've always wondered this and I can't find an answer, feel free to ask.
Yeah, we're here for it.
We'll either answer it now, or if I'm like, let me look into that for you, I'll be more than happy to do that as well.
Yeah, sometimes we don't know, so we're like, great, that gives us something to investigate too.
I learn every day.
So next Friday we won't be with you because it's July 4th. It's our nation's birthday. But every Friday subsequent to that, other than holidays or moon ceremonies, we will be with you from 3 to 5 p.m. right here on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you join us for these going forward. If you have requests for stones you'd like to see, pop those in the feed. Our moderators will make notes and we'll try, right? Like, we can't guarantee that we can get you the things that you're looking for, but we will try. We would love to have your input into what you'd like to see. So we may not be able to get to all your questions tonight just because we are at time. We're a little over time tonight, but also if there's important questions, our moderators can just make note of those questions and we can always bring them up in a future episode of Rock Talk too. Did you enjoy it? We hope you did, because we had a lot of fun bringing this to you. This is probably the only time we'll be here in my crystal room because we're getting our new house set up to be live with you there. But big thanks to Rachel and to Louise behind the scenes who helped us with our technologies tonight too. Rachel's the dog whisperer, so she kept Paxton from licking his junk live with us, which is much appreciated because that was going to be next. I guarantee you. Nothing better than licking your junk when your mom is live. That's just a great thing to do. So anyway, cheers. We had so much fun with you guys. All right, so we'll see you soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Again, all of these treasures and more are at sagegoddess.com. Your code is MAGIC75. Gem Journey is Monday. So you can go to sagegoddess.com and register for class if you'd like to join me and journey with stones from Atlantis. We are so excited about that journey. But like I said, at least get into our Gem and Mineral public Facebook group. We'd love to have you there, and then our conversations can continue. All right, cheers.